On top of the hour.
Live from our studio in Georgetown.
Kaiser Radio, 99.1 FM.
Good evening. Welcome to this evening's newscast on Kaiser Radio. Kevin Smith here. Let's get to the news in detail. In a matter of 8 days, Guyana would have reached its first year of being an oil-producing state. But when one reflects the extent to which it has prepared for the effective regulation of this new sector and the revenues to come, Trinidadian energy strategist Anthony Paul asserts that there is indeed more the nation can do to protect itself. Paul posited that Guyana needs to put robust laws in place as quickly as possible so that oil companies can have no room to debate or wonder what exactly is required of them. With such laws in place, the industry experts said that Guyana would reduce the finances. That should be the chances for regulators being surprised by certain tactics or simply being fooled. Meanwhile, 24 contracts were awarded today to contractors during a simple ceremony at the Ministry of Housing and Water, Central Housing and Planning Authority, or CHNPA. Minister of Housing and Water, Colin Crowell, said it is part of the ministry's approach to achieving its mandate of providing better housing opportunities for Guyanese. It is also a step closer to fulfilling the government's promise of 50,000 house lots over the next 5 years. And moving on, ExxonMobil and its partner, Petronas, have made the first hydrocarbon discovery in a Suriname block near the border with Guyana called Block 52. Petronas Suriname, ENPBV, the Suriname subsidiary of the Malaysian Petronas, is the operator of the block. It announced the results of the Slovenia 1 exploration well today. It said that the well encountered several hydrocarbon-bearing sandstone packages with good reservoir qualities in the Campanian section, and that further evaluation is being undertaken to understand the full extent of the discovery. And all is stellar, even though the local media corps with the global transparency bodies have made relentless calls for an international probe to ascertain the truth behind the giveaway of the Kaieteur and Kanji blocks to industry unknowns, the PPPC remains unmoved. Along with its slothfulness to take action in this regard, it even appointed Robert Prasad as Foreign Secretary, in spite of concerns about the role he played in the suspicious award of the nation's prime assets. Chartered accountant and attorney at law Christopher Ram posited that such a move by the PPPC only serves to foster a culture of corruption or suspicion. Analysts tell you for years the world's largest oil trading firm has maintained that it has zero tolerance for corruption. Now, Vitol Inc. has admitted that it was paying bribes through a network of shell companies and sham contracts. As recently as July 2020, while publicly repeating those assurances, Vitol was bribing government officials in Ecuador and Mexico. In other news, the Representation of the People's Act has clear provisions that mandate political parties to submit a detailed report outlining expenses undertaken during the elections period. Nonetheless, the PPPC and the APNU-AFC teamed up to blatantly violate the Constitution by failing to submit their reports to GECOM for the March 2, 2020 elections. This was revealed by Chartered Accountant and Transparency Advocate Christopher Ram. Ram added that the violation was being condoned by the commissioners, the chair or successive chairperson of the commission. In other news, after a 2-month delay, Speaker of the House Manzoor Nadir yesterday received the 2019 Auditor General's report from Auditor General himself, Deodat Sharma. Sharma noted several limitations that arose due to the COVID-19 pandemic that led to the delay in the report being handed over. Notably, 3 special investigations were finalized for the period. And moving on, Minister of Health Dr. Frank Anthony has instructed the newly appointed board of the Georgetown Public Hospital to address several planned surgeries that have been backlogged since March. He said that the hospital will soon administer these surgeries since the Georgetown Public Hospital now holds the capacity. This is in light of the COVID-19 ICU and transition patients who were previously housed at the hospital being transferred to the Liliendahl Infectious Diseases Hospital. The minister stressed that the transfer of the patients has enabled the public hospital to return to normalcy after dealing with the COVID-19 pandemic since the onset in March. And that's the news of the moment. Remember to get the full details of these stories, pick up a copy of the Kaiser News. And don't forget, you can catch us on the MyTuner app as well as the Radio Garden app. You can also keep up to date by liking our Facebook page at Kaiser Radio and subscribing to our YouTube channel, Kaiser Radio Livestream. Oh, also catch our stream at www.kaisernewsonline.com/radio. It is now 19 hours 8. Coming up next is the National Outlook with GHK Lal, followed by at exactly 19 hours 20 or 7:20 p.m. The Glenn Lal Show, Tell It Like It Is.
GHK Lal on Kaiser Radio 99.1 and 99.5 FM. It's Friday. Welcome to the National Outlook.